Hey, welcome. You see this graphic right here? It was not designed by a human graphic designer. It was generated using AI. I mean, everything from the text generation to the typography and even the color combinations was all done by AI. And here is another one and another one. Think of it as using a text to graphic AI tool to achieve what you would normally do with something like Canva, but this time even faster. If you have tried using AI to design visual content to market or advertise your business but weren't happy with the results, this video will change that for you. Ready? Then let's cook. So here is the thing, virtually everyone that uses AI can just pick any AI tool and ask it or prompt it to generate an image for them. Now this is kind of different from what we'll be doing in this particular video because we want to use AI to generate designs, right? Graphic design with text, objects, subjects, and different visual elements. So there is need to give more in-depth prompt to the image generation tool. Now not everybody can do this, so this is why I created Imagene, an image prompt generator, and also a prompt enhancer for image generation. So don't worry, this is free to use. Just go to adelikesami.com/Imagene, or just go to the GPT store on ChatGPT and search for Imagene-image prompt generator. You should be redirected here. So once you are here, then let me show you what it can do. Now this is the interface. You'll see there are 4 conversation starters. All you need to do is click on, let's start with this generate prompt. So before we go into the more advanced stuff of using it for graphic generation, let's start with the basics, right? So we'll just generate some images that you are used to, but this time around you can just provide it an idea of what you want to generate. It could be just an image or a graphic, but we'll start with the image. So let's say you want to generate an image of stay-at-home mom. So that's just the idea, that's just what you want to generate. Though you can provide more context, you can say playing with their baby, working on their laptop, something like that. So it will help you enhance the prompt and turn that idea to a better prompt with more depth. Alright, so let's try this out. So I'll just copy this and let's just use Flux. I'll come back to talk about Flux. So I'll just paste the prompt there. Okay, everything is on point and I'll run. Now, while this is loading, let me say something. You can use whatever prompt Imagene generates for you. You can use it with any image generation tool that you have always used. So it could be DALL-E 3, which is on ChatGPT, right? You can use Leonardo, you can use Ideogram, you can even use Meta AI image generator, right? So you can use any AI tool that you have always used. But then I chose Flux because Flux gives you more realistic results. Maybe Midjourney, they are on par, but then I'll talk about Flux even better. So you can see we have our result and you can just go ahead to download. So if you want to use Flux, right? If you want to use this same Flux I'm using right now, just go to adelikesami.com/FAL file. So when you are redirected to this page, you would see sign in with GitHub. All you need to do is just go to github.io, register an account. That is all. So GitHub is used by developers, but you are not writing any program, any code or anything like that. But you just need the GitHub account to be able to sign in on file to use Flux. So what we are currently using on file is like an API, but then they already created like an interface for you to use Flux API. So you don't need to write any code or anything like that. Just create an account, then sign in with your GitHub account here on file. Now once you have done that, make sure you do this. So there are different variants of Flux. There is a Pro, there is the Dev, And even the Pro has different variations like Ultra, Redux, and all of that. I'll create a separate tutorial on Redux later, but now just choose Flux 1.1 Pro Ultra because that might not be what will be there by default. And also make sure you can choose your output format and also the aspect ratio. 1:1 is the square images, something like this. Then there is 16:9 if you want to generate an image in landscape format, maybe for presentation or YouTube or something like that. And 9:16 is for Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, stuff like that. Now you can see the result we got. Now let's try something else. The interesting part about Imagene is it has different input source, so you can provide your idea through text. What you have on your mind, just type it there. But then probably you're just scrolling through your social media, or you just saw an image online somewhere else that you want to recreate. For example, let's say I'm a dog lover, or you saw an image that was even generated with AI, like any image at all, and you would like to recreate it and maybe add some specific details. This is what you can do. So let's assume I want to recreate this particular image. All I need to do is go to Imagene and use this command. Before I use the command, let me show you all the commands currently available on Imagene. Don't worry, I know this is about the graphics, but I want to show you all of the features that you can use Imagene for. So many things. Okay, so as you can see, you can use the analyze image command, which is what we will use now. So let's say I already downloaded the image, right? And I want to try it out. All I need to do is paste this command, analyze_image. Then it will ask me to upload the image. It could even be a graphics, right? So let me upload the image. So this is the image I would like to recreate. Then send it. Now Imagene will analyze everything on this particular image. ChatGPT is done with the analysis. You can see it will describe the subject, even if it is a human being, to describe the subject as well. But in this case, it is a dog. You can see the pose and expression. Let's start from the subject. A fluffy white dog, likely Samoyed, stands confidently on a rocky surface. It will give an in-depth description and analysis of the subject and even the image at large. You can see the pose and expression, the background and even the foreground, lighting, texture and details, mood and atmosphere. It will do the same thing for graphics. Now after the analysis, then it will ask you if it should turn this to a prompt. Just say yes. Then it will transform all of this description to a prompt that you can use to generate the image. So more like image to image generation. Okay, so I'll just copy this. So let's try with Flux again. By the way, if you try using Flux and you're unable to access, especially if you are from Nigeria, because I've seen some of my friends, when I share the link with them, some of them will try, but then just try it first. But if not, switch your network or try using a VPN. If that is too much work, I would advise just use any image generation tool that you are used to using. Okay, let's see. Look at the background, the sea, the sky, perfect. Even the rock that it was standing on, perfect. It got even the dog itself, just the where it is looking at, captures most of the details perfectly well. So I just want to show you that. Now I can decide to make this a black dog or something and just play around with it while retaining and maintaining other details. But I just want to show you that. Now that we have settled on that, let's now talk about the graphic. Now this is not me wasting your time. I just want to show you what you can actually do with Imagene. You never can tell when you will need it. Okay, now let's talk about the text to image design. Now I'll just go back to using this prompt. If you do not remember, just type the /help. It will provide you the prompt. You can see now, please provide a basic idea or description for the image you would like me to transform. Now this is not an image this time around. We want to create a graphic, so I've decided to use this particular one. So I want to create a graphic to promote Mama Put restaurant. If you know what I'm saying, drop a comment. Mama Put restaurant with a picture of Nigerian smoky jollof rice and some promotional text. I did not even include the promotional text. I wanted to come up with something. So if you are a Ghanaian watching this, I'm sorry, don't let me say anything. So let me continue with the tutorial. Okay, so just copy this prompt. Now this is a graphics design prompt. So let's see what will happen. I'll just paste the prompt here and let's run it up. Now let me say this, when you create an account, you would see this right here. So per image you generate, they will charge you $0.06. Now they will give you $1 for free when you register, which means you can generate like 70 times. So if you have exhausted that, then just try other AI tools, and I'll also share one with you right now. But let's look at what we generated. This is a graphic. This was generated, everything was generated with AI. We call this Dodo or Plantain, whatever you want to call it. Now the cool thing about AI is you can do more iterations to have different results. So if you are not okay with the first generation, just try it again. But this at least did well. Okay, so let's try another prompt. While this is loading, let me also talk about another AI tool that is on par with Flux. So it's like Flux and Recraft. They give good results, especially when it comes to images that requires text. Right now, look at this. This was the first prompt I used. Look at this smoky jollof rice. You can see the smoke is right there. You can see everything, even though there are some minor text this in there, right? But let me now share with you another AI tool that you can use to make corrections to some of this textual error. It is called Recraft. So Recraft is on par with I would say Flux. Both of them are actually good. So what you can do is use both. Use one prompt on both AI tool. Just pick the best result, right? And you can also do some editing on Recraft. So just go to adelikesamuel.com/RAC. Now just to be opened, that is my referral link to Recraft. They will give me more credit to use their tool. Now this is not a promotional video, but then you can refer to get more credit. It won't cost you anything. Just go to adelikesamuel.com/RAC, then register with that link. At least that way you can appreciate me with the AI tool and this tutorial that I'm offering to you for free. Okay, so once you are here, click on create new project. Now Recraft can be used for so many things like AI mockup generation, logo generation. I'll probably create a separate tutorial using Recraft, but I'll just show you a basic thing you can do right now. You can see mockup, frame, but I'll just select image. So let's try the same prompt we used earlier on Flux. One of the issues with Flux with Recraft is it cannot contain longer prompt compared to Flux. So if your prompt is too long, which most times it will be too long because we are giving more in-depth prompt, but if you want good result with minimal prompt as well, you will still get it here. Okay, so I think everything is on point. Just click on Recraft. Now look at this, guys. This is amazing as well. You can see this is another, so it will generate like two variations. I think you can specify more if you're on the pro version. This is one version, this is another version. You can see the text tastes the authentic flavors of Nigeria. This is perfect. You can see Mama Put restaurant, home of smoky jollof rice. Everything right there, the text is just okay. But then let's assume we want to make the correction here. Recraft has different tools that you can use. For example, this erase area. So you can decide to erase this text because it was not perfect. Meanwhile, hold it down till you are done cleaning. So yeah, I'll just put my text. Now the good thing is you have access to a state-of-the-art model for image generation, and you can also edit everything it generates. So yeah, I'll just put my text. Let's say, let me type Nigeria, and I will use white color. We can change the font. Let's say I want to change the font. Let me use this. Okay, and let's reduce the font size to 60. Okay, I just want to show you what you can do. You can see, then move it here. Now if you want to remove any other thing here, all you need to do is just click on the image, click on the eraser tool, and you can clear whatever thing you want to clear, but I think it still makes sense. Also, another thing you can do is you can modify a particular area. So let me modify an area. Modifying is more like in painting, if you are used to in painting. So I'll just highlight this particular area and I'll say spoon. So I'll just say spoon and fork. So let's see. Okay, so I think this worked. You can see now we are good to go. Select this and you can see we have the spoon. There is no is it cucumber? Is not more there, and you can eat your jollof rice. But one more thing, I just want to show you some other things you can do right here. So for example, let's say you want to remove the background. You can click this. If you want to change the background as well, you can click on this, and so many other too. But the interesting part is you can also decide to import images. Is that not cool? So click on this. No, where is that? So just click on this import image. If you have a logo of yours, just click on this icon here and you'll be able to import your logo or import any other thing you want to import. Another thing is you can also insert, let's say, shapes, object. For example, let's say you want to insert an object here. So you just do it like this, change the color to, let's say, to something like this, and you can probably put your call to action if there is any. Okay, so let's try one more example. So let's assume I want to create a graphics for my course on baking. I don't know why I'm using food, but I think everybody can relate with anything food, right? So I want to create a graphic to promote a cake baking class titled Master the Art of Cake Baking. Okay, so I'll just copy this prompt here. Now we'll use both Flux and Recraft for this particular one, and let's run. Meanwhile, let's try here as well. So I'll just click on the home, then new project. You can see even the logo for Imagene was generated using Recraft. Don't worry, I'll create separate tutorial on mockups, logos, and branding in general. Okay, so just paste. You can see I could not paste the full prompt. We have no choice. We'll just have to remove this last part, and let's see what it can still generate. Guys, look at the results. Look at this result. Master the art of cake baking. And we have all of these things. Let's see the second version. Oh, I think I love this particular one. I love this. Learn to bake and decorate like a pro. Sign up. In fact, I don't need to make any adjustment for this particular one. The text, the imagery, the object, the layout, the positioning, everything is just perfect. Let's see what Flux will do. Okay, look at that. Master the art of cake baking. So sometimes Flux will give you the best result. Sometimes it could be Recraft. So I advise just use both. Anyways, I'll go ahead to download both results. I love this. So let's try graphic to graphic. So let's assume you saw a design. Probably you're just scrolling through your Facebook and you saw a design that you like, you want to replicate, right? So I just saw this advert. This is an advert. I'm not promoting this platform. I just want to use it as a case study for this particular tutorial. This is not a promotional whatever, right? So I will just be using this. Now go back to Imagine and we can use this analyze image command. Now it is asking us to upload the image, which I will do, and just send it. Now look at it, is describing the subject, a middle-aged woman with a confident and warm demeanor. Cool. She is dressed in traditional African attire, including a patterned blouse. You can see the description is in depth. Damn. Okay. Now look at the pose and expression, typography, jackpot. You can see in large, but never forget home, the call to action, the background and color scheme, the visual balance and placement. Very important. Subject placement, text placement, white space, design mode and intent. Everything is just right here. And is asking, should I go ahead to craft the prompt? Kindly proceed, Imagene. Oh, I wrote kindly. Well, this is AI. It understands what I'm trying to do, and it will generate a prompt for you. You can decide to recreate that graphic or change some objects. For example, it is a black woman. I can say a Latino lady. You can change the text. Basically, you can play around with the old text. You can see the prompt is very long, which means Recraft in this case won't be an option for us. Anyways, let's copy everything right here and let's see what will happen. Okay, so let's paste and let's see. Please do well to like this video, drop a comment, share with your community members, share with people. Make their work, their life, their business very easy for them. Look at this. Now let's compare the result of this. Well, there are still some little issues here, but let's see. Let's compare the result. Look at it, still captured everything here. Let's assume the company name in this case is Jackpot, right? And we are saying Jackpot but never forget home, that is just repetition. So I'll just download this. Anyways, it is possible to also use Flux for some editing. I'll probably create a separate tutorial. So this is why you should also subscribe to my channel so you get notified. Anyways, what you can do here is this. Let's try to create a new project, and instead of doing anything here, I'll just click to import the image. Okay, so this is the image imported. I'll just reduce the size. Let's see if this will work. So I can decide to just import the App Store label icon, and that is it. Now I'm not sharing this with you so you can start replicating other people's design. Just use it as inspiration. Once you have your prompt, you can play around with the prompt, but the thing is, I don't have the time to start doing that. But you can just change some things, the color, the image. You can even ask Imagene after generating the prompt to create a variation of that prompt it generated and provide more text that is tailored to your own business or use case. So this is just like an idea. Now let me also state this. What I'm sharing right now is just like 2% of what is possible with Imagene and even these AI tools. So you yourself play around with it, explore. If you unlock some new applications and use cases, do well to drop in the comment section. If I see some amazing ones, I'll pin them in the comment section. I'll pin them at the top of the comment section. Meanwhile, I'll also be creating series of other tutorials and adding new and more functionalities to Imagene. Now let's try one more thing. Now let's assume you have a chat conversation with ChatGPT on just anything. Maybe you are brainstorming about your business, about an idea, about a content, or you wrote a post. You would need an image or graphic for that post. All you need to do is go to your chat and type at, then the name of the GPT. This is not just for Imagene, it's also for any GPT as well. So this way you can bring a GPT or an assistant that does something into your existing conversation without needing to start a new chat or provide context. So the idea is you already have the context on this chat window. So here I will just say suggest and post. You can see, so it is able to read this post, blockchain, technology, blah blah blah. You can see the image description. Okay, let's see what will happen. I'll just copy this. So it is crafting. Let's see what it will do. Now you can see I would actually choose this compared to what Flux gave me. So it depends on what you are working on. Look at this: blockchain, transaction data, supply, like supply chain. This is like in the industry. So guys, what I'm trying to say is this: there are different ways in which you can use Imagene and every other thing I've shared with you. You yourself, you can unlock new applications and use cases. And as I've said, I'll keep sharing more use case that you can use in real life in your business and your marketing. And if you are not part of the AI tribe, I would advise you go to adelikesami.com/AI-tribe. Just opt in and you'll be the first to get resources about AI, latest news about AI, and some of my tutorials when I publish, you'll be the first to know about them. And I also put the link to all of this in the description of this video. I hope this helps you, and I want to believe you got value from this particular video. Okay, so just one more thing before I go. If you enjoy using Imagene, you also enjoy using GPTR. So GPTR is also a prompt generator, but then for tags. So if you have any tags you want to do, anything at all, you want to use AI for coding, for presentation, for analysis, for text, for content, like anything at all that you use ChatGPT, Cloud, AI for in general, it will help you craft the prompt for that task. That is what it does. So you can check out GPTR, go to adelikesami.com/GPTR and you have access to it. Just the last thing, please, if you like this particular GPT that I created for you, please click on this review GPT and review. If you have some feedback as well for me, you can see, drop the feedback. I'll see if you want me to add some features, some functionalities, or you just want to give me some feedback. Please do well to drop the feedback and also rate. Do that for my other GPTs as well. I would appreciate. Okay, so that will be all for now, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.